recording. And well, as you know, we're talking about speaking. Let me just show you what I have prepared for you today. So we're talking about listening skills, and well, I didn't take like complete beginners who definitely struggle more than others with listening, but let's assume that our student, and I hope he really is, just low pre-intermediate, he only started today. Still, elementary and pre-intermediate students have a lot of problems with listening as well. Why does it happen so? Let's look at the traditional listening lesson structure. What do we usually do? We have some introductory stage, some lead-in, we talk about the topic, we discuss that we're going to listen to a phone conversation between two friends. How often do you phone your friends, and blah, 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 blah. We teach some new vocabulary. We talk about the topic, if it's traveling or, I don't know, ordering pizza or whatever. We make sure that the student knows all the difficult words, or at least all words that we consider difficult before the listening. We look at the pictures, use a lot of help. Then we ask some general questions, listen for the first time, check their understanding, ask some detailed questions for them to practice more intensive listening. And then we usually fish out some vocabulary or grammar from this listening. Maybe we use it as a basis for our future speaking activity. So it depends on our general goals of the lesson. Sometimes we want to use some particular words from this recording. Sometimes we ask them to listen and repeat. For example, when you are dealing with those practical English, some, you know, real life situations. Oh, our student has come, yay. But does the structure really teach our students how to become better listeners? Or does it just test how they can do it?
Of course, it's far from the reality. So in the reality, they never have any instructions, or they don't have any anything to depend on, yes, to deal with.
Well, even if they do have some instructions, maybe not given by someone, but they have some idea in mind. Like if I'm listening to a weather forecast, I don't need all the cities that they're going to mention. I need only my city. And this is my instruction. I listen to this particular word. I'm trying to catch it. But I mean, if we look at this scheme, graph, at which point does listening, does teaching happen?
When you listen, you train listening.
You train. When do you teach? When do you teach listening?
Well,
that's
you
a
really
good
can
question.
teach it, really?
Yes, you can really teach it. Yeah. That's possible. Okay, before we start thinking how we can teach, what do we listen to? Just brainstorming some ideas. We listen to people who talk to us and we react, or we eavesdrop. Yes, we listen to people who just talk to themselves and we want to have some information. What else do we listen to?
Music.
What else?
Different kind of programs.
Right, so we watch TV for different reasons. Maybe we want some information, like news. Maybe we just want to make our cleaning less boring. We listen to some TV show as some background noise, right? What else? Lectures, radio, announcements, some instructions, different things. If you want, you can make a long list in the chat and think.
Nagging wife.
That happens too. Oh, I heard a nice
like
joke.
A background, like a background, yes.
A joke. My wife is always nagging me for two reasons. I don't listen and something else. Yeah. So how do we do that? How do we listen to all this different stuff? In the same way or in a different way?
Sometimes with more attention, sometimes with less attention.
Right, because we need different amount of information. like in the case with
Sometimes we even don't need any information from
right. So obviously we're using different sub-skills, different strategies in order to get exactly what we want, right? How do we do that? We have different purposes, first of all. Interactional, for example, when we talk to a person, we need to respond. And the strategies that you teach your students, like ask the speaker to slow down, to repeat, they work. But not in all listening, we need to interact. For example, if you call some helpline and they tell you, you have called blah, blah, blah company. If you need to talk to the main office, press 1. If you need to check something and something, press 2. So you just need to do something. Yes, there's no way for you to ask them to slow down unless you just wait till the end and this message will be played again. So sometimes you just need to do stuff and you need to catch what exactly you have to do. Your purpose could be instrumental. For example, you listen to some directions, yes, how to get to the place. You need to remember the way. Sometimes you listen just for pleasure, like music, TV shows, and so on. And it could be extensive when you listen to something long, audiobooks, as Tatiana mentioned, on your way to work and so on. Or intensive listening is usually what happens at the lesson because, well, we don't have time for the extensive one. So as we have different purposes, we are using different things to reach our aims. And we process the information maybe from the bottom up or from the top down, so bottom up and top down processing. What can it possibly mean? Thoughts, ideas? Maybe someone knows.
How many ideas maybe should you get? Do you need to understand all the text in details, or do you need to find just some important information that you need?
That could be related to what type of processing, which type of processing you choose, but it's not exactly what I mean. Like, what happens when you use the bottom-up and what happens when you use the top-down processing?
Deduction, induction.
Elaborate on that.
The only thing that comes to my mind.
Okay, any more ideas? Anyone? All right, we're just in a hurry, that's why I'll tell you. So bottom up, you start with some minimal elements, with small details, phonemes, words, meanings of grammar structure. So if your student doesn't differentiate between th and s, that's a problem with bottom-up processing. And if he does, he will know the difference between some words, like I don't know, nothing comes to mind. So we start with some minimal elements. Sometimes it's important, like stress as well. For example, I can ride a bike, I can't ride a bike. Yes, if the student doesn't know that only negative form is stressed, they might be not able to understand if I have the skill or not. So top down is general knowledge about the world. If you know that you will hear a phone conversation, someone is calling to the hotel to make a reservation, you have some expectations from that. You expect to hear dates, how many people, how big of a room they need, the name, maybe some other things related to this person, like credit card details. You would expect spelling the name or repeating some numbers and something like this. You would expect the hotel administrator to be very polite and so on. Yes, just your general knowledge about the situation helps you to process the text. What can we do to help our students? We should basically develop both types, because in real life they don't work in isolation. We have some integrated processing most of the time, but when they only start, what do you think, by the way, is easier for them to do, top down or bottom up, if we talk about beginners, elementary students?
Top down, because they have to rely on their basic knowledge.
Exactly. And sometimes, by the way, they think that it's cheating, that if I guessed from the picture, I didn't listen. But in real life, they don't talk like this to everyone, right? So they do use their knowledge of the world. They do use what they see. They do use some like social conventions. They know that in some situations people say please and thank you and so on. So it's not cheating, it's using the information. And then they start to, as they work together, right? Top-down processing helps bottom-up to develop because they understand something and they see that sometimes they actually coincide. The information that they get from top and from the bottom sometimes is the same. Okay, so today we have a nice student, Mikhail. Meet Mikhail. Mikhail, say hello.
Да, всем привет.
Yeah. I do hope that you speak some English. It's it's a surprise even for me what Mikhail is capable of. I only met him yesterday for like 5 minutes. He claims that he is a pre-intermediate level student and he just started, so he's just fresh from the elementary. We'll see how I can help him to be better able to understand authentic video with what you put in the chat as something problematic for most students. Authentic British accent. We'll see how he's able to cope. Fast speech, by the way. I assumed that Mikhail likes cooking, and actually he agreed that it's really true. So we'll be talking about cooking a little bit, and what I want to do. I want to practice interpreting paralinguistic features, so something that we don't hear but get otherwise. And identifying tone units and prominence. Yay, phonology, our favorite. Sometimes it's like a Cinderella of our teaching and learning process, but well, in real life, if you think about it, it's important. It helps us understand more. So let's see how we can work with that. Well, Mikhail, do you need some encouragement, a round of applause? Or can we start? How are you doing, Mikhail?
I'm fine, thank you.
Fine, okay, nice. So let's look at this slide. Do you know this person?
He's Jamie Oliver.
Yes. Have you heard about him? Who is he?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay.
Какой-то повар, по-моему.
Right. So he is a.
Mm-hmm.
He cooks. So he is a cook. A cook. Where's he from? Is he from Russia, the United States, Britain, France?
I think that he's from Britain.
Right, exactly. He's from Britain. And he's very popular. Why is he popular? Because he's a good cook, and also he has a YouTube channel. And of course, he's not the only one. There are many video recipes online. Why do we watch video recipes, Mikhail?
It's difficult.
Do we watch them just for fun, or maybe we want to cook something?
Как я готовлю, да? Я прошу прощения.
That's okay. Video recipes. People watch them. Go to YouTube, find a recipe, and watch. Why? Do they want to cook something? Or do they want just to watch?
I don't like cook, right?
Oh no, you do.
Да?
You do like cooking.
Окей, ну да. То есть... А что-то еще спросили, я не понял.
Okay, I watch video recipes when I want to cook something new. Do you do the same? Do you watch
Да, я смотрю. Так.
when you want to cook?
Как вы готовите, да?
When you
Как я готовлю.
want to cook. You want to cook something new.
Я смотрю, как я готовлю.
You
Вы думаете, кого вы пригласили? Боже мой.
watch a video. You watch a video
Так, я смотрю видео
with a recipe.
с рецептами.
Why?
О, наконец.
Why?
Ну, чтобы стать лучше.
Why? To cook? To cook? How?
To cook and level up.
To cook better, to cook something
better,
new.
yes.
Great, awesome. What is important to understand when you watch a recipe?
М.
Okay.
Что я понял важного в рецептах, да?
In any recipe, what is important?
Ну что важно, короче. Я не помню, как это сказать на английском, просто что надо добавить, чтобы не переборщить с чем-нибудь. Ingredients.
Okay. What else? Like 20 minutes or 15 minutes?
Time cooking.
Okay. 200 degrees, 150 degrees.
Как бы масса, я не помню, как она по-английски.
Hot water, cold water.
Temperature,
okay. And grams, 100 grams, 200
yes.
grams, like how much? Yes, how much we need. Okay, what else? Like
Ну, это тоже важно.
Actions.
Actions.
What to do, right? That's important.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at Jamie again. He has something that he wants to eat. What is that? What is that?
He's
Yes, what is it? What has he cooked?
I don't know. Maybe.
Is it a steak? Is it pizza?
It's a good idea. Да. Yes,
No.
It's a steak.
Is it a steak? Really? Do you see a piece of meat there? Do you see a piece of meat in his hand? What is it? What can you see? What is this?
Ну, то есть, что он держит? Да, я не знаю, что это такое.
You don't know. Of course you don't know. Of course you don't know. But what can it be? Can it be a sandwich? Can it be
sandwich,
some?
yes.
Is it soup? Is it a potato? What is it? What do you think?
I think that's sandwich.
Okay, why not? It's possible. Now, I wonder how I give you the link. Now I'll give you the link here in the chat, and please watch with no sound.
Okay.
And we have 2 questions for that. Just a second, oops. So here is the link for you, Mikhail. No sound. So will you hear his voice? No,
Okay.
no
No sound.
Turn off the sound.
Поскольку студент мне совершенно незнакомый, я скажу по-русски, просто у себя
Я
в плеере
понял.
выключите звук.
Я так и сделал, это я понял. Все нормально.
We don't hear, we just watch him, and we have 2 questions. Oops. Just a second. We'll have 2 questions. What is he cooking? I'm copying them here because I'm not showing my screen anymore. What is he cooking? And what ingredients? Do you remember ingredients, what we put there? What ingredients is he using? And please stop at 1:32, okay? 132. Stop. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Go.
Окей. Все. Я досмотрел. 132. I take stop.
So fast. Okay, what is he cooking?
Там пока непонятно, если честно, что он готовит. I can say what ingredient use
Great.
him. He use. Number one, this is eggs. Butter.
Butter, right?
Butter, да.
Okay. Great.
Milk. Maybe water.
Okay. Maybe.
Мука.
Flour.
Flour. And непонятная консистенция каких-то штук, похожих на изюм или что-то вот в этом роде.
So it's not vegetables, it's fruit.
Я не знаю, первый раз слышу.
Fruit.
Fruit?
Fruit, and they are dried. Yes. Dried fruit. They don't have any water in them. They are dried fruit. Okay, great. You got a lot of ingredients. So what is he cooking? Is he making soup? Maybe some
I don't know. Maybe it's
some dessert.
Забыл, как печенье.
Cookies.
Cookies.
He's making some cookies. Maybe.
Kebab.
Yeah, that's a funny idea. Did you see there were some words sometimes?
Вижу ли я ваши слова вот здесь, да?
No. In the video, there were some words, and there was a word scones. So a scone is a type of cookie. He is making scones. Scones, a type of cookies. Yes, well done. Good guess.
Thank you.
Okay. So just a second. What time is it? Because we started a bit later. Okay, now let's watch it with the sound. The same thing with the sound up to 132 and check if you guessed correctly.
То есть я включаю звук и смотрю дальше.
Yes, the same. From the beginning up to 132.
132.
The same part. То же самое. Okay?
Все с самого начала, да?
Check.
Все, окей. He's speak very fast.
I know.
Я узнал.
You found out.
Да, I found out that he used that sugar.
Sugar. Wonderful.
Yeah.
What else?
А вот остальное все смешалось в потоке его быстрой речи.
But you guessed a lot from the very beginning. That's right. Did you hear the word scones now? Scones. Did you hear? He said scones. No, not
Слышали я его голос в голове своей?
the word scones. He's making scones.
Вы, наверное, узнали сейчас, наверное, все своих учеников, да? Ну, по факту...
Okay, maybe you didn't hear
Не
the
смогу
name
сказать, да.
of the dish. Okay, let's go back to our presentation. Just a second. I'm sharing my screen. Okay, so when we watch a video, sometimes we can see some words.
А,
Yes, and these words are called captions, like the name of the dish, how much time in the oven, what's the temperature. If we see such words, these are captions. Is it the same as subtitles? Can you see my picture, Mikhail?
я вижу, да. Написано crumbled scones.
Are these subtitles?
I don't know the
No,
subtitles.
no. Subtitles, it's the same words that he's saying. And here we just have some information like the title or 30 minutes in the fridge, 150 degrees. These are captions. So these words, is it something that he said? Or is it extra information as a text?
Не могу понять, если
Okay,
честно.
you can see the picture. Crumbliest
yes.
scones.
Yes.
Is it what he is saying at the moment?
Ну, конечная стадия.
Is it the name of the dish? Yes, that's the name of the dish.
Yes, the name of the dish. Okay.
So in the video, we can have three sources of information. We see the picture, right?
Мгм.
We can hear Jamie speaking, and sometimes we see the words with extra information, more information in the text. The text on the video. Did you see that?
Ну, я, кажется, понял, о чем вы. То есть все это можно увидеть еще в тексте рядом с видео.
Yes, yes, yes. This
Вау.
text,
Алло.
this
Yeah.
text is called captions, okay?
Мгм.
Okay, we just need this word because I have a couple of questions for you. So let's imagine that you need to listen to him without any video, no picture, just voice. Is it easier or more difficult for you?
То есть что для меня сложно, да?
You watched
Мгм.
with no sound.
Так.
No
Я
sound.
смотрел
Ага.
без звука.
But let's imagine that you listen with no picture.
Ага, понял.
Is it more difficult or is it easier for you?
М,
Only sound, no
I think
picture.
I think that only sound it's more easy.
Easy, just sound.
Yes, because I try examples. I try exercise. Короче, я делал вот подобные упражнения. А смотреть видео без звука мне наверное,
Okay,
сложнее.
if it's just sound and you don't see what he is doing, and for example, he is something and you don't hear the word and you don't see the thing, how do you know what to cook?
Все, я понял.
Uh-huh.
Тогда да. I think that easy watch a video.
Mm-hmm. So how did video help you? Let's choose. 1 is very little and 5 is very much. So his face expressions, how did they help you? Jamie's face. How does it help? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did his face help you understand the information?
Mm-mm.
Okay. The objects in the room, the fact that he's in the kitchen, he has a stove, he has some shelves. Did it help?
No.
What?
Ну, я видел только ингредиенты, но что они мне
Right. So
подскажут?
his actions, did they help you?
Немного.
Okay. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How much?
3 points.
Okay. The objects on the table, all this milk, flour, eggs. How much?
4 points.
Okay. And captions, the text information.
4 points, yes.
Okay. So why is it good to see what we hear? Do we get something from the video, from the visual information?
А можно еще раз?
Is video good for
Да.
us? Does the picture part help us in general?
Я думаю, видео лучше было.
Is it helpful? Does the video, does the picture help us understand more? When we see the ingredients, the actions, the objects, do we understand more? Do we understand
Я понял,
better?
да. Ну, я понял, наверное, больше actions and captions.
Okay, so the video does help, right? Well, I want to continue and let's find out more. The next question is, so the scones, yes, his cookies, they can be thin or thick. Thin, thick. Do you know the words?
Так, я вижу, да.
Thin, thick. Like a piece of paper is thin. A book, encyclopedia is thick. So this is thin. This is thick. Do you know the words thin and thick?
Да.
Okay. So my first question here is, if he makes thicker scones, do they need more time in the oven where he bakes them? And what is he putting on top of his scones? And what could be the alternatives? Now, please watch the same video starting from 1:32, where you stopped, and let's finish at 2:08, okay? Okay, go.
Я посмотрел.
Uh-huh. So, if the scones are thicker, do they need more time?
Сейчас скажу. 15 minutes? 15 minutes? No.
Okay, this is the time, but if they are thin or thick, is the time different? Hard to say, right? That's okay.
Не, я не понял, честно. Что-то сложное со временем связанное, не понял.
Okay. What about on top? What is he putting on top? When he made his scones,
Так.
put them on the baking sheet, and then he put something on top. What was it? No idea. Okay. Let's see what can help you understand that. Here is the text of just 3 sentences that you heard already. Now let's listen again. Can you please move to 150 and let's do just one sentence because we are short of time. Михаил, для экономии времени, потому что у нас ограниченный, да, лимит. Давайте только одно предложение. Вот начиная с 150, вот когда услышите the same time, останавливайтесь. So, please listen and tell me, where are the pauses? You can look at the text. I don't know if you can look with the video, but just try. Look at the text, listen to Jamie, and when is he making a pause? So, blah, 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 blah.
Я понял, да. То есть
Blah, 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 blah.
Позже он скажет.
Pause, like. So, where's, okay? Go.
Вот, он сказал the same thickness.
After thickness,
Что-то там cook. We're gonna cook at the same time.
Okay, great. Now, listen to the same sentence again. Go back to 150. Which words are stressed? Blah, 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 blah. Which word is very strong, stressed? Okay?
Так, я отмотал на минуту 50.
Start again. And
Yes.
say the words, listen, and say the words that are stressed.
Я должен послушать и что-то услышать? Что именно?
Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Very strong words.
Okay.
The words that are...
Вот он выделил слово thickness. So, ну а дальше уже next. So we got.
Okay. We've heard thickness. Great. Now what I'm going to do is just to copy the questions for you to see them here. But not for me. Okay. So I'm giving you a minute to look at what you theoretically got after listening. Мы сейчас представим, что мы вот эти 3 предложения сделали все-таки полностью, разобрали, где там паузы, где ударения, и вот что у нас получилось. Okay. Just a minute for you to read.
Я должен прочитать вслух сейчас, да?
Silently.
Ага, окей. Окей.
Okay. Just a second. So the questions here. You can see the questions below. Let's look at the stressed words. Add, these, same, thickness. What parts of speech are they? Are they nouns like table, book, verbs like go, run, adjectives like big, small, or are they articles like a, the, prepositions on, in, pronouns I, me, him? What do we have? Nouns, verbs, and adjectives as same, time, milk, top, put, classic, or articles, prepositions, and pronouns. Is it A or B? What is stressed?
Maybe A?
Yes, exactly. So time, scone, milk, these are nouns. Yes, put, use, verbs. Classic, virgin, adjectives. Beautiful, and so on. Okay. Are these words important for understanding? Is it important to hear these words to understand the recipe?
Так. Are they important to for
Understanding. Mm-hmm. Yes or no?
I think yes.
Yes, exactly. Can we get the main idea from them? Yes or no? The main idea.
Yes.
So let's imagine that we only have add, these, same thickness, cook, same time. If we have only this, do we understand something? Yes, we can understand something. And without them, we don't understand anything. I'm gonna just all of, as long as we don't have anything, right? Okay. If we know the pauses and stresses, how does it help us?
I don't know.
Okay, let's look back at the questions. Especially these two. Oops, they don't fit together. So if we know the pauses and stresses, does it help us understand more? Okay, that's a strategy. My student is exhausted. I'll just move to, for the sake of saving time, Mikhail, вот вы сейчас получили шокирующий опыт того, чего вы раньше не делали.
Нет, просто на самом
Вот,
деле я просто
то,
много не понимаю, поэтому нормально.
ну, да, то, что мы делали, то, что мы определили, где паузы, где ударение, и мы поняли, что даже если мы всего остального не слышали, а услышали только ударные слова,
Мгм.
это же нам помогает понять?
Ну, это, конечно, да, так
Да, то есть
понятно.
если мы вот только это услышали и больше ничего, мы общий смысл уловили?
Да.
Да, то есть для чего нам нужно умение ухом выделять ударные слова во фразе?
Что, смысл понять?
Да, потому что смысл как раз именно
В этих ударных словах.
Отлично. My last question. How do pictures and stressed words work together? Вот смотрим. Это то, что мы видели. Бутылка
Окей.
оливкового масла. И поливает он как раз их сверху оливковым маслом. Вот это то, что мы слышим. Как это работает вместе? Вот,
Ассоциативный видеоряд, который у меня возникает в голове.
не у вас в голове, в видео, которое для нас уже сняли. Вот это то, что мы видим, это картинка, а слова это то, что мы слышим. Вот это тут у меня включены субтитры, да,
Так, окей.
для
И
кадра. Как работают они вместе? Как нам картинка, то, что мы видим, и то, что и ударные слова, которые мы слышим, как они помогают нам вместе?
Я думаю, они неплохо нам помогают вместе, но вот, если честно, какая-то секретная взаимосвязь, у меня что-то нет идей.
Они нам
Но это
отлично
работает.
помогают вместе. Вот мы смотрим, мы просто не дошли до этого предложения. Вот у нас выделено здесь extra virgin olive oil, ударные слова.
Мгм.
И вот мы видим на картинке что? Ну, здесь не очень понятно, да?
Ударные слова, вот.
Да, потому что
Правильно?
как бы двигаются титры, он же говорит быстро. То есть
Мгм.
вот это самый удачный кадр, который я могла вырезать с этой бутылкой из полностью фразы extra virgin olive oil. То есть то,
Мгм.
что мы слышим хорошо, громко и четко, то, что под ударением, то мы на картинке и
Видим, запоминаем.
да. То есть это все работает вместе, да? Мы совмещаем то, что мы получаем из видео, и то, что мы получаем из
То,
ударений.
что мы слышим, да, ударение.
Ей! Вот если бы у нас сейчас было время,
Ну,
мы бы посмотрели,
извините.
теперь, используя все, что мы осознали, мы бы посмотрели еще одно видео и применили бы все это на практике. So, Mikhail, just for you. What would we do would be the following. I would ask you to concentrate and pay attention to what you see, to stressed words, look at the questions, and answer my questions after the video. And then we would see how did it help. You could answer the questions. Can you cook it for breakfast tomorrow or not? If you're interested, I can send you the link later for the new recipe. And my final question is, how can we apply these strategies in real life? Again, you can
То есть, как
answer
я
in
могу
Russian.
использовать стратегию в реальной жизни?
Да, вот это вот как нам вообще помогает.
Ну, надо уметь готовить так же, как он.
Нет, не стратегию изготовления этих, да, а
Про...
стратегии слушания. Вот то, что мы обращаем внимание на то, что мы видим, то, что мы
Не, на самом
обращаем
деле, это очень
внимание-
круто, то, что я услышал, на самом деле. Я никогда так не учил. Ну, как вы уже можете понять, я не так много еще знаю английского, но, тем не менее, такой подход довольно-таки интересен. То есть мы запоминаем, по сути, саму суть за счет ударных слов
Мгм.
и понимаем саму логику видео. И уже при повторном просмотре можно, зная этот такой лайфхак, уже более обширно смотреть на это видео, что прикольно.
Да,
Поэтому я
потому
думаю, эту
что-
стратегию можно использовать даже при просмотре, там, не знаю, вот фильмов в переводе, которые я иногда пытаюсь смотреть.
Отлично.
Вот именно через такую позицию.
То есть это очень распространенная проблема начинающих. Они когда слышат там scones, 5 minutes, они обращают внимание на и теряются. Они думают, я столько слов не понял. А если они поняли, что 5 minutes, да, то уже они какую-то информацию получили. То есть ударные слова, их чаще всего слышно лучше. И если между ними было бррррм, то, может быть, оно не так и важно, да. Если вы как бы что-то смогли уловить из того, что
Мгм.
четко, то, скорее всего, вы поняли суть уже. Окей?
Да, круто. Спасибо.
You are a hero today. Thank you very much,
Yeah.
Mikhail.
Да, спасибо всем.
I'm sorry, it was
Хорошего дня.
painful.
Это было жестко и круто.
Okay,
Всем пока.
bye. Have a great day. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, I have like 1,000 messages in the chat, and the chat disappeared. So I look at them later. I'm sorry if you have to run, but well, as you can see, it was completely unprepared. I've never seen the student before. I would have, if I knew that he was like basically very, very elementary, I would have chosen maybe something a bit different, but well, that was at least fair. So what do you think went well and why? Anyone? Speak up. Someone please talk to me. What did I do right? Okay, I'll just stop sharing my screen. Right. There are not so many of us left, so who's going to talk to me? Anyone? We have lots of questions. Alessia, Victoria, Zarina, someone with a mysterious nickname. Let's discuss at least something.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I'm sorry, I just joined later, so I guess I missed a lot, but I really liked the way you tried to explain things with gestures, so you didn't give up when he didn't understand. You just continued, so, and at last he understood. The gestures were very clear to understand. And
Okay.
also, you were well prepared, showing pictures, showing what you mean using pictures and other aids. So it was just
Okay.
great preparation.
Okay, right. What didn't go well?
Maybe just the thing that he was elementary and you didn't know your student.
Right. It's like my first time to talk to him, actually. Yeah, so it was maybe a bit too challenging for this student, but you know, your real students. For me, it was just, you know, some special guest star invited for the seminar. I didn't know the level of the student very well, but you can adapt whatever you're going to do. Sometimes it happens that you look at your planned activity, like if it's on the platform, yes, and you see that for my student it's a bit too difficult. Then you should grade it, you know, to make it achievable for your student. Okay, the question about the aim. Here is my aim. I wanted to make him better able to understand authentic videos. I wanted him to use paralinguistic features, so actually the picture itself and the captions, I'm struggling with that, and identify tone units, blah, 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 pause, blah, 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 pause, and prominence, stressed words. Did I achieve my aim? Oh, I did. It's still relevant. Have I achieved my aim? Yes, I did. Yes, with blood, sweat, and tears, but the aim was achieved. How do we know? Unfortunately, we know only from the students' words. We didn't have time to apply the strategies. So when we watch another video, and it's much easier to understand because now he knows what to focus on. That would be clear that he can use the strategies and understand more. Okay, what lesson frame did I use? Was it presentation, practice, production? Was it test, teach, test? Was it something else? Test, teach, test. Yes, I saw what he can do, and then I showed him how to do it better. Right. Why did I choose this? Because, well, sometimes students don't realize that their strategies are not helpful, they are not efficient. And if we show something new after they tried and it didn't go well, they do it how we show they can do it better. They are more able to, to accept something new, some new approaches. How did I present the new information? Did I tell him that if we listen to the stressed syllables, we can understand more information? Or did I do something else? What technique did I use to give him?
Discovery?
Guided discovery. Why?
Well, because we're not looking for easiest ways.
Right. Yes. Guided discovery helps them, internalize what's going on. It comes from their conclusions, from their thinking, and they're more likely to take it on board if they came up with this idea that, if I hear stressed words, maybe that's enough for me. The first listening task, was it top-down or bottom-up processing? When he listened without, when he watched without the audio. That's top-down, yes, because he used just his general understanding of how people cook something. What about the second one? Pauses, stresses. Okay, that's obviously bottom-up. Yes, we started with minimal elements, with phonology. So when he just looks at the video without any audio and gets some information, isn't it cheating? We kind of discussed it at the beginning. No, it's not, because that's what we do in real life. We see stuff that we talk about, and top-down processing is extremely important for beginners. It's their main source of information, actually. A question for the Skype chat. More activities to develop top-down strategies and bottom-up strategies. We'll share later in the chat. And the student was struggling, of course, but he managed. He did a lot today. Why did we talk so much about strategies, about what to look at, what to listen to? Why is it important? Thoughts? Okay, the chat. For future and for present. And to contemplate about the past, just because our students, in most cases, have never been taught any strategies. What usually happens with them, oh, you don't understand? Listen again. Oh, you don't understand again? Listen again. You still don't understand? Read the text. Yes, that's not help. That's just, avoiding dealing with difficulties. That was quite a struggle today, right? But just maybe I didn't know the level correctly. But in real life, when you can adjust your tasks to the actual level of the student, they will definitely struggle less. And if you talk about the strategies, if you tell them that you should focus on this, you should focus on that, it's not only phonology and pictures that we can use. There's a lot more to it. you show them what to do when it's impossible to slow down the recording or to ask a person to repeat or to do something else when it's in real life. Yes, they can transfer it to where they actually need English. Okay, thank you very much. I'm doing it now, going over the questions just for the sake of the recording. I will copy all the questions in the chat, and I would really like everyone to take part in the discussion. So thank you very much. I hope that was of some use. Enjoy your teaching and hope to talk to you soon. Goodbye.
Thanks a lot.